Governor, welcome back to the program. You announced on Friday school choice is a top priority for the Senate. You're going to give it a top number bill-wise, too, which really means it's going to be a top priority. What kind of plan do you want senators to pass?
Now, we're going to pass a robust bill for all families because we believe that parents should have a choice where to send their child. And I want to put down all the rhetoric out there by the opposition who says, oh, it's going to undermine public education. Let me just give you these couple of numbers. Last session, we put $39 billion approximately into public education for 5.5 million children in public school. We created a fund of $500 million compared to $39 billion, okay? $500 million for about 50,000 children whose parents believe they need choice. And that may be because maybe their child just is in a school, even if it's an A or B school, that doesn't fit them. So on Friday, I announced it would be Senate Bill number 2 because the budget is always number 1 each session. So Senate Bill number 2 will be our school choice bill. I'm asking the governor to put it on the emergency call and make it the first bill that we pass because we're not allowed to pass bills under the Constitution until March. But if he makes it an emergency item, we can take it up the first week. We will be ready in the Senate to pass it out immediately.
And if this passes next session, how soon would it take effect? But by the fall, would it be immediately or September 1st?
Well, it's one of the reasons I'd like to pass it first, and I think the governor wants to get it out early too, so that we can start working on it and schools can be prepared for that. So it just depends on the timing. Would it be ready for September of next year or the following year? Because you have to set up the system through the comptroller's office because the way it works, the parents don't get the money, Jason. The money goes to the private school that the parents choose. So you have to set up this mechanism, plus you have to have people apply. So it's a not cumbersome, but it's a system that you have to put in place so that it can move smoothly. So I don't know if that would be for September. That would be our goal, September of 25. But if not, it would be the following year.
School choice priority number 1. Let's
Yeah.
talk about the budget surplus that the state is going to have again,
Yes.
too. People are, hate paying the property taxes in the state. Do you expect that surplus is going to be applied to the property taxes we all pay?
We're going to continue to do that. I've been a champion on this forever. When I came into Lieutenant Governor in 2015, your homestead exemption was $15,000. I raised it to $25,000, $40,000, and now $100,000 and $110,000 for seniors.
What's it going to go to next session? Any idea?
Jason, I want to see how much money we have. I want to see all of our priorities, but it will be, last session was massive, and we will make a significant cut again. Remember, Jason, anytime we do that, we have to know that we do it every session.
Let's talk about last Tuesday's election.
Yes.
You were one of the few to predict, in Texas at least that I know of, the huge decisive win that Donald Trump and Republicans got. What will that mean for Texas, do you think, over the next 4 years?
Jason, let me just say, it's always great when you're in state government to have a great friend in the White House. We have a great friend once again in the White House. In the last 4 years, we've had virtually zero communication from Biden or his administration on the border or anything else. I can't wait until we get there in January. Jason, we've spent $4 billion in our budget the last 3 sessions now to secure the border since Joe Biden's been president because we had to do everything we could to protect our citizens. Well, we're going to be able to take a lot of that money now and put it back to our taxpayers for roads, for water, for education, for health care, for all the things that we need that Joe Biden forced us to spend because he was letting millions of people cross the border, criminals and terrorists. I mean, we know it. Everybody knows it. So that's why he won. So it's a mandate for Republicans in the state of Texas to continue our conservative path.
I was speaking at an event the other day, and a guy come up to me afterwards and asked me, hey, is the state going to pass and approve casino gambling this next session? I said, great question. I'm actually going to be interviewing the lieutenant governor here shortly. I'll find out. Is there any chance that might pass? Because it's all the talk in Dallas.
Yeah. So, Jason, the Sands particularly, they've been working really hard to get it passed here. And I've continued to say to them that it doesn't have the support of the members because the members don't have the support of their people who want it. When we finished the session, no one called and said, oh, you didn't pass the casino bill. It's not on anyone's top 20 list. It doesn't mean there aren't people who really want it. But like anything else, Jason, it really bubbles up from the ground to tell a House member or a senator that they want this legislation to pass. And that just has not happened. Look, I just said a moment ago, in the House last session, they were within 3 votes of passing out a casino bill. It was every Democrat, and I believe 28 out of 85 Republicans who voted for it. You don't pass major legislation in a red conservative state with the Democrats controlling the show, particularly on a major bill like that. I'm not leading the parade on it. I'm not stopping the parade on it. But we do not pass bills where only 20% or 25% of the elected officials support it. We just don't do that on any bill. So it doesn't have the support. And the casino people have tried, well, it's all about the Senate, it's all about Dan Patrick, or it's all about whomever. No, they've never worked the vote. They've come in and spent millions and millions and millions of dollars, and they just think, well, magically it happens. It doesn't. And by the way, if a bill ever started to get close and moving, you're going to hear from the other side. You're going to hear from the pastors. You're going to hear from the business community. You're going to hear from the citizens who oppose it. Right now, you haven't even heard from them because they know what I know. The votes aren't there. So I know there are people who want it. We're not trying to tell people what they should do in their lifestyle. I'm just saying the votes aren't there for it. And we'll have 6,000 bills filed, Jason, probably this session. That's about what happens every year. We don't give a hearing to any bill that doesn't have support. Right. We don't have the time.
Governor, we always appreciate the time, sir. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.